But I don't know if all that would take place with the gun being hidden behind on top of the toilet bowl. There was a crew of carpenters that worked exclusively for the mob. And they would build traps. They would look around and they would find something and they would build something where you could open it and put something in it and then close it, but you couldn't see it with the naked eye. Like when the cops came in, they wouldn't be able to see it, but you would know where it was. It was a great scene, don't get me wrong. It was shocking and it really, made the movie, that was a great scene. But would it happen like that in real life? Not really, no. First of all, to kill a police captain, that was pretty much unheard of, even though he was corrupt. I mean, back then, mostly all the police officers in New York were corrupt. The guys would go in and commit the murder and then leave. They wouldn't be sitting at the table having a conversation, then shoot the guy.
Impossible to trace, so you don't worry about prints, Mike. I put a special tape on the trigger and a butt.
I never heard of anybody leaving a murder weapon at a scene. Guns weren't traceable, don't get me wrong, because they were either stolen or purchased down south and brought up to New York. They also put tape on the butt of the gun so he wouldn't leave any prints behind. I mean, I guess if you were going to leave the gun at the murder scene, you wouldn't want your prints on it. DNA came like later on, DNA. Back then, there was no such thing as DNA.
And I'm willing to let things go on the way they were before.
We are all grateful to Don Corleone for calling this meeting.
So this is a fictional scene of the five families having a commission meeting, and the five families were the Genovese family, the Colombo family, the Bonanno family, the Lucchese family, and the Gambino family. Those are the five families in New York. Lucky Luciano started the five families, and he formed the commission, which you see in that scene. So that's pretty realistic.
The traffic in drugs will be permitted, but controlled. And Don Corleone will give her protection in the East, and there will be the peace.
Drug charges carried very long prison sentences. If you were dealing drugs, you got forever, and it would cause people to cooperate. That was the biggest fear, and they didn't want to poison their neighborhoods. I would give The Godfather probably like a 7, because a lot of stuff in The Godfather would not happen. A lot of it was really Hollywood. So this movie definitely depicts Lefty Guns and his crew, and Joe Pistone, Danny Brasco, the undercover agent. My father, Fat Andy, was good friends with them, and he always told me that Lefty Guns was like a desperado, and that crew were big hijackers. But a lot of crews back then were hijackers because Kennedy Airport was wide open, and they were robbing trucks like mad back then. So they were robbing everything, but a lot of electronics, and mostly a lot of clothes, believe it or not. A lot of jeans and, stuff you could sell in the neighborhood, stuff that people need. So, so you were going to get stuff that you could purchase in the neighborhood. And when the economy was doing bad, you sold more stuff because people wanted to buy cheap stuff then, so that's definitely spot on. And when they taped up the guy's mouth, but he still saw their faces. Normally, they would wear masks. If they didn't know the truck driver, a lot of times the loads were given up by the drivers, and they would just park the truck and just walk away, and then we would get in the truck and just drive it away. So there was no reason to use masks or tape their mouths up. 80% of the time, we knew it was coming off the trucks. So in my neighborhood, Ozone Park, everybody in the neighborhood either worked at Kennedy Airport or at Aqueduct Racetrack. So a lot of information was coming out of the airport, giving up trucks, or telling you there's a truck pulling out right now that has a load of leathers on it and giving you the truck number. I would give that a 9.
You definitely don't want a silencer. You want to make a lot of noise to make the witnesses run away so they ain't going to be looking at you.
Yeah, you definitely want to make noise. I mean, why would he use a silencer? I mean, he doesn't want anybody running at him or chasing him, or he would want people to be scared. So that made a lot of sense not to use a silencer. I mean, I don't really know of any mob hits that I know of where there was silencers involved.
Some more wine, right? Hey, Tommy, some more wine.
They killed Joe Gallo in a crowded restaurant on Mulberry Street. Joe Gallo was a made member of the Colombo family, and he wanted to be the boss. And when he got out of prison, he kidnapped captains because he didn't like the fact that the commission made Joe Colombo the boss. Colombo got shot at the rally for the Italian American League, and the rumor is, or that Joe Gallo had that set up. The reason why they killed him in Umberto's, I would say, is because he would have been a tough guy to get. Like, he let his guard down that night because he knew the rule. He knew that he was with his wife, he was with his daughter, so he let his guard down that night, and that was the perfect night for them to kill him.
Goddamn. That might have been. I can't tell if that was underkill or overkill. I might need another one, but let's give it a second. Oh, God. I should just do an entire ranked day sometime this week. I know it's probably still well with it. I don't know when spring break ends. I fucking forget. Does it go to April? It better fucking not go to April. Oh my God, I would lose it. It might go to April. Oh, I can't remember. Either way. I'm literally just gonna play Rocket the entire